This is the wackiest train in the world. With a cargo of amazing animals,
Whoa!
crazy circus clowns,
He's driving that thing like it's on rails.
and a train crew who are up against the clock.
Woo!
It'll take all night, but we've got to get the greatest show on Earth to its next stop in less than 24 hours.
The only way it can get there is on the circus train.
My name is Matt Baum. Ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with trains. My day job? I work on a railroad in Maine. But this is my dream. To ride the biggest, fastest, most awesome trains in history. The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus train is the longest private train in the world. It's over 5,200 feet long and travels 20,000 miles a year.
Look at this thing. It just keeps going and going. I can't even see the end of it down there.
With over 12,000 pounds of stage sets, this train has it all.
It's literally a town built for the rails. The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. It's the greatest show on earth.
This is the circus's last show in Baltimore. And as soon as the curtain drops, the crew will have to pack up 4,000 tons of equipment, over 30 animals, and 98 performers, and get to Washington, D.C. for the next show. And they have 24 hours to make it happen. But how this circus gets across America is more amazing than all of these acts put together. The 40-mile train trip is the easy part. The real story is the huge effort this train crew makes to get the greatest show on Earth packed up and loaded onto the circus train. Hold on to your wacky horns, it's go time. This huge train is made of 33 coaches for the performers and crew, 4 stock cars for the elephants and horses, and 19 flat cars.
The 19 flat cars carry everything from lighting equipment to concessions, from the trapezes to the ring bumpers. If it's going to the arena, it's on these flat cars right here.
But not a single clown is going anywhere until the arena's empty, so let's go. The last show in Baltimore of the greatest show on Earth has just finished. And now the crew has to kick it into high gear.
All of this stuff right here is going to be getting on the train.
Everything backstage, from elephants to electrical cables, must be packed up and loaded quickly in time for the next show in D.C.
Vámonos al show. A darle, duro.
Yeah!
But packing up all this gear is only half the job. Over at the rail yard, the rest of the crew have to get the train into shape for the trip. Here, this hard-bitten crew of railroaders is led by Mike Hickey.
If something happens and your finger is in there, you're going to lose them.
He's known by one name and one name only, the Train Master.
If this train were a small town, Mike Hickey would be the mayor. Car 58 is the train shop. This is where Mike and his crack team of mechanics rebuild or fix anything that needs to be repaired on the train.
Who needs AAA when you've got Mike and the mechanics at your service? These guys are ready for any emergency repairs. But their most important job is just keeping the train running.
So when you're moving the circus between cities, every second counts.
The circus has been in Baltimore for 10 days. But because the train isn't just the wheels for the circus, but also its living quarters, it needs power when it's parked. Everyone living on this train, even the elephants, depends on power 24/7. And right now, there's a big problem.
Oh, Nick,
Go ahead.
I see 4 lights are out on these stock cars. We gotta get fixed.
Lovely.
The last thing these guys need is a power outage. Luckily, the circus train rides with 2 of its own generators.
Diesel generators use the power from an engine to spin an alternator and make electricity. These generators keep the juice flowing through all the cars on the train. Each one is capable of outputting 400 kilowatts of electricity. The guys in charge of making sure they're always running are electricians Nick and Billy.
It's their job to keep this rolling power plant going.
But right now, the generator isn't turning.
Oil level?
3/4.
Hey guys, how many people are relying on you for power?
About 250 of them.
And they're looking for you guys.
And no juice means no TV, no lights, and most importantly, for Bello, Ringling Brothers featured clown, no hairdryer. The show must go on, so Nick and Billy are gonna get to work. Nick and Billy need to figure out what the problem is. First, they need to make sure the generators have enough fuel. Then, they need to check that the connections between the generators and the rest of the train are okay. And finally, they're gonna hope for a little showbiz magic. Unreal!
Thanks to these guys, we have power again.
But just when the juice is flowing again, Mike, the train master, has some more bad news. This time, it's the wheels.
Hello, Mike Hickey, over.
On down here, we got a problem.
Okay, roger that, we'll be right down.
The circus train always carries 2 sets of extra wheels. And right now, they've got to mount 1 set of spare wheels under the train.
And these are actually like a spare tire on your car, except they weigh 3,500 pounds. 3,500 pounds! We have to take that spare set of wheels and mount them back underneath. If this doesn't get done, it's gonna cause a big delay. Let's get to it. They've lifted them up, they've hooked the chain up. We're gonna mount them on the bracket underneath the car right here.
This process is called slinging wheels. Mike and his crew have to hoist the train car up far enough to fit the wheels underneath. Then we'll be ready to haul the greatest show on earth to the nation's capital.
When we get done, this set of wheels is going to be slung under this car.
The trick is setting the spare wheels in exactly the right spot.
I thought this was gonna be easy. I thought it was gonna be lift the wheel up, put it underneath the bracket, but this is taking forever.
The wheel's nearly in place, and when that's done, it's showtime for the loading crew.
You can't fit it right. Brian, back up. Oh! Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
Maybe I spoke too soon.
don't move.
The wheel is jammed.
It's not looking good. There's definitely a sense of urgency under here. These guys, they have to get these wheels underneath the train.
We got to bring the wheels in here.
And all the pressure's on forklift driver Brian.
Brian, shift this way a little bit. Straighten your wheels. Come ahead, easy.
One false move,
You gotta take
and
it
he could damage
back
the
up,
wheel,
go that way.
or worse, hurt one of the
There you go.
guys.
You're dealing with inches.
Millimeters. It's very meticulous to try and do this.
You're dealing with 3,500 pounds of wheel. They get guys underneath the car. Any false move, it's gonna be disaster. They're so close. They've actually gotten the wheel over there. They just gotta get by that bracket now.
Stop.
We've got the wheels up on the bracket. We're almost there. Very close to being done.
Just a little bit more to the left, and they can lock the wheels in place. And presto, the train master and his crew have jumped through one hoop, and now they can move on. While they make their final preparations, I'm gonna exit stage left and head for the arena. We've got to get everything under the big top, from lights to performers to horses and elephants, on board the circus train. And delays are not an option.
And I know it's going to be a long night.
I'm about to take off aboard the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus train. It's what keeps the greatest show on earth moving from town to town. Some of the circus's main attractions are their highly trained horses and amazing performing elephants. The greatest show on earth features Asian elephants and a troupe of Arabian, Frisian, quarter, standardbred, and miniature horses. The horses are so well trained that they can follow the ringmaster's voice commands without wearing a harness. And the 10-foot tall Asian elephants are no slouches either. They can understand up to 60 voice commands and wow audiences with their intelligence. These elephants can even paint. That one's a regular Picasso. So taking care of these star performers is a big responsibility. I'm heading over to the stock cars to see how these four-legged stars live. At the front of the train, behind the locomotives, is where the animals go when the train is moving. Their cars are closest to the engine for a smoother ride.
These stock cars are home to the elephants and the horses while they're on the rails. Tigers, zebras, and other animals travel by road in trailers.
10 elephants ride with the circus, and their combined weight equals 30,000 pounds. But before they can board the train, a very important job needs to get done. It's the dirtiest job on the train, cleaning out the animal cars. Just one elephant consumes 160 pounds of food every day. And with over 30 animals on the train, well, you get the picture.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. And you can grab a shovel and help out.
Oh, you're gonna put me right to work.
You know, show business isn't as glamorous as I had imagined.
Right into the dumpster it goes. It's too bad they haven't invented scratch and sniff television yet. Mucking out the car.
All right, the dirtiest job on the train is done, for now. Let's have a look around the rest of the stock car. I've never seen a horse's stall on a train, and this one has some pretty cool features.
We have a misting system for when it's really hot.
And that's this right here. Looks like you guys really take care of the horses.
It sounds kind of cliche, but they are part of the family, so we try to take care of them just as well as our people.
The crew have just 3 hours to get the train to DC loaded. It's gonna take the 30-person crew all night to get the job done. First up is the most important part of the loading process. The crew has to get all of the circus's main attractions, its performers, and star animals on board the 33 coaches and 4 stock cars. And they have to be very careful. If an animal gets spooked in these confined quarters, they could do themselves and the handlers some serious damage. The horses are trooping in like clockwork, but Asia the elephant has other ideas. She just won't budge. And no one wants a rogue elephant on the loose.
That elephant over there weighs 4 tons. That could do some damage to your foot.
But after some sweet talking from her handler, Asia agrees to go along for the ride.
Wow. I hope those elephants are locked in.
The animals are on board, and so are the train crew. Next, it's time to load the equipment.
Working at the rail yard at night, safety is at the utmost importance. You want to be visible, so I've got my vest, I've got my lantern, I'm ready to go.
But there's one small problem. The 4,000 tons of equipment are still at the arena.
Kind of seems like the whole process of getting the wagons from the building to here is out of your hands.
Yes, it is.
How does that feel?
Not good. About ready to go move wagons at the building, you know. If he's doing one wagon at a time, we're gonna be here forever.
With all of the coaches and stock cars loaded, we just have the flat cars left to load and only 2 hours to do it. And Mike and the crew are ready.
Is it another hurry up and wait situation?
Yes, it is.
Something going on at the building?
I hope so.
Over at the arena, the cleanup crew is hard at work. This is Dave Pittenger. He's the circus's transportation boss.
Go.
54 finished.
All right, thank you.
It's his job to get everything from the show's 6 tons of stage sets to the 350 costumes onto those wagons and over to the train yard. And he's running out of time.
All right, so you got 7 and 8, and then 54 will be ready in about 3 minutes. You ready?
If I didn't know Dave, I might get him confused with a lion tamer. He knows how to get the job done.
Sometime today!
They did it, and these wagons are ready to roll. And with so much equipment, it takes a fleet of heavy-duty towing units to get all of this gear from the arena to the train. The wagons have made it to the rail yard, and now the final step in loading the circus train can start.
On top of the wagon.
We've got to load 19 flat cars with 4,000 tons of equipment, and we've only got an hour to do it, so time is of the essence.
For the train crew, the tension is building. For them, there's only one show tonight. We still got a long, long ways to go. These guys are gonna have to make up time one way or another.
The first step in getting the wagons onto the flat cars is to link the wagons together in a line. This is called tonguing.
We've got more wagons here. We're gonna hook them on, we're gonna load them right up.
Now the real challenge, getting the wagons up onto the flat cars. And to do that, they use the push plate.
One of the most notable innovations in circus loading is this thing right here, this plate. It was invented by Mike Hickey himself.
This 50-pound iron push plate is used to attach the caterpillar to the rear of the circus wagon.
This is the muscle. This is what gets these wagons up onto the flat cars right here. See in the back here, this guy's doing all the pushing.
That little caterpillar has an operating capacity that's rated for 2,000 pounds. That's a lot of power for one little unit.
Now he's gonna spin right around here. Watch this. It's just like the tilt-a-whirl. Do you see that thing spin around?
Safety is always #1 on the railroad. One mistake and someone could easily lose a limb.
We have these whistles just in case something goes wrong, like a wheel slips off, a load shifts, you blow the whistle one time, that means stop. Everybody knows that means stop. Everything will stop. You see how that worked? He stopped.
What, did wheels get caught on the flat?
Yeah, I'll just front flag back about 12 feet.
You'll need about another 1.5 feet, Keith.
Yeah, stop, Rod.
You see how that worked? He stopped. It held the trailer right there. Can you show me? Do you have all your fingers?
Oh, yeah. They're just fine.
Once all the wagons are in place, they're secured to the flat cars with heavy-duty steel chains. So there's no chance of them moving around once the train starts to roll.
These guys are making it look easy, but it's really not. All the wagons are on. Now we're gonna pull the plates off the back.
The custom-made steel plates on this ramp weigh 400 pounds each. Working out like this, I could get a job as the strong man in the circus.
Come around the end. Come around the end.
I'm beat right now, out of breath. Woo! Woo! We just about have the flat cars loaded. Now we're gonna finish putting the train together.
It's 4 a.m. and it's time to go. But there's one very important piece of machinery missing, the locomotive. The circus doesn't have its own locomotives. Instead, they rent them from the local railroad companies in whichever town they're staying.
This is a time that Mike Hickey hates because he's at the mercy of the railroad.
That'd be a very accurate statement.
But just before we send in the clowns to keep everybody happy, the locomotives arrive. Now we have to put our train together in the correct order.
The circus train is put together a certain way every time.
At the front of the train will be the locomotives, then the stock cars, followed by the coaches, and finally the flats.
Mike is lining the cars up this way, so when we get to DC, everything's gonna come off nice and smooth. There it is. That's a good hook right there. Everything came down, the train's hooked up.
Now the train is all together.
As long as things are moving, we still have a chance of making it to DC on time.
We'll make it there on time.
It's now 5 a.m., and though we're an hour late, Mike's received word from the railroad, and we're clear for departure.
We can only hope the rails ahead are clear so we can make it to DC on time.
We're now officially the greatest show on rails. We've got 3.5 hours to get this circus to the next town. And there's not enough cotton candy in the world to bring a smile to tomorrow's audience if we don't make it. I'm riding the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus train from Baltimore, Maryland to Washington, D.C. It's the middle of the night, and we've just gotten on our way. In just 3 hours, we're supposed to arrive in Washington, unload our train, and get ready for the next performance of the greatest show on earth.
Everybody on the train's asleep right now, but if things keep going like this, we're gonna make it to Washington on time.
In the 1870s, dozens of circuses crisscrossed America. The biggest was owned by the legendary P.T. Barnum. But Barnum had a problem. His show was too big to travel by horse-drawn wagon. If he couldn't move it, he could go out of business. In 1872, Barnum saw a way to revolutionize the circus forever and make his fortune in the process. He loaded his huge circus onto a train. This stroke of genius allowed him to take the biggest circus ever seen across America. By 1915, the circus had expanded to 85 rail cars pulled in 4 sections by 4 separate steam locomotives. Circuses have moved on trains ever since, and to this day, Barnum's name is forever linked with the circus train. The first steam-powered railway locomotive was invented in 1804 by Richard Trevithick, but early steam engines were slow and unreliable. By 1872, when Barnum had loaded his circus onto a train, steam locomotives had come a long way. And by the turn of the century, steam locomotives were powerful enough to pull Barnum's entire circus, and were able to carry the circus to a new destination almost every day. To find out how the old crews kept the steam flowing and the trains moving, I've come to Steamtown.
Here's how a steam engine works. This part of the locomotive is called the tender. It carries 7,200 gallons of water, 17 tons of coal. The coal is burned here in the firebox. It's like a huge furnace. The heat from the coal turns the water into steam right here in the boiler. Steam is forced into this chamber right here. Now the pressure that's created in there moves the pistons that eventually make the wheels turn. The person in charge of keeping the coal fires burning is the fireman. The first thing the fireman has to do is cut the coal.
It's a dirty and dangerous job.
Wow, this is the tender right here. This is where all the coal is. And this is Mike.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, let me get up here. How you doing today, Mike?
Good, good.
All right, so what's the plan? What are we gonna be doing?
We're gonna break up some of this coal up here and move it down there.
Okay, so essentially it's making the fireman's job easier by getting the coal closer to the firebox.
That is correct.
All right, I think I'm ready for this. Let's get to it. Now, in the old days, they didn't use these respirators here. They toughed it out and died of black lung at an early age. I take it we're gonna need this shovel right here.
The coal needed to get down to what's known as the kitchen, where they shoveled the coal into the firebox to produce steam.
Woo! It's like being in a coal mine down here. You have to be pretty tough to do this job back in the day. What do you think, Mike? Can we get enough?
I think that'll get us started.
Whew.
With that job done, I'm heading over to the firebox.
Now it's time to put some coals on. Now shoveling this coal is a tricky process. If I don't put enough coal in here, the engine's not gonna go anywhere. If I put on too much coal, it's gonna burn off all the water and the engine's gonna explode. It's 2,000 degrees in there and I'm like 5 inches from it.
To keep the heat even, the coals must be spread around. It's hard and hot work.
Whew, man, it gets hotter when you get closer. It's like the pits from hell. I think I just saw Satan himself in there. Well, John, how's that?
It's getting there.
The firemen have to be very careful to put just the right amount of coal into the firebox.
I gotta tell you, conductors these days, they don't know how easy they have it. This is hard, hot, noisy, sweaty work. I don't think I could get used to this.
Today's crews have it easier. The diesel locomotives pulling this circus train pack 4,400 horsepower. Each locomotive has 12 cylinders that generate 360 horsepower apiece. The power from the cylinders spins a generator that feeds over 2,000 amps of electricity to the traction motors. Those traction motors then turn the wheels and make us go. That beats shoveling coal any day of the week. Today, the Ringling Brothers have 2 circus trains that travel all over America. They carry over 50 animals and around 200 performers, visiting 42 North American cities and entertaining 2.5 million people a year, which probably makes the circus train the most popular train in America. Today's circus performers come from all over the world to entertain new audiences every night. But visiting 42 cities every year means that the performers spend a lot of time traveling between venues. And that means they need somewhere to stay. And after over 100 years of bringing the circus all over America, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus have got it all figured out. It's hard to believe, but people actually live on this train all year round. While everyone else might be asleep, there's one family that's getting an early rise and shine. Just a few doors down is where John Griggs, the general manager of the circus, and his family live.
John?
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to see you again.
John's been with the circus since 1985, and it looks like his son just might follow in his footsteps.
This guy here, is he an acrobat or what? Is he acrobat in the making? Bryce, you want to show me some moves? All right, let's see it. Is that a move? Is that a circus move?
This 430 square foot space is living room, kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom for the Griggs family.
It's all the comforts of home.
You're at home, but you're on a train. which I think is just awesome.
There's not too many people that can say my home is a train.
Can you show me the rest of the car?
Sure.
It's like living in a Manhattan apartment,
Nice.
except this home moves around the country.
This is basically a place for his stuff, his movies, his toys.
These elephants. This is Bryce's room. Can you show me your room?
Sure. Well, right this way, here's the master bedroom.
I guess this is what they mean
Well, first
by
of
a
all-
railroad apartment.
That's when I'm not working. I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy my family and sleep on a moving train, which just rocks you to sleep.
The Griggs family is going to get some breakfast, and I'm heading out to see how things are progressing. And I'm glad I did, because we've suddenly stopped.
Right now, the railroad's put us on a sidetrack. If we don't get going, we're not going to keep our schedule and we're not going to make it to DC on time.
I'm riding the Ringling Brothers circus train. We're halfway between Baltimore and Washington, D.C., but there's a problem. We've stopped.
This freight train out here has higher priority than the circus train. So they're sending this freight train by us while we sit on the sidetrack.
This route is heavily used by commuters and shipping companies. 35 trains run on this line every day. When a train needs to pass another train on a single track, one of them goes into a special sidetrack called a siding. It's like a passing place on a narrow road. Looks like we've got an early morning traffic jam on our hands. So while the train crew figures out how long it's gonna be, I'm gonna sneak a peek at the performers' living quarters.
These doors, they're little rooms. This is where the circus performers sleep. You've got train crew guys sleeping in here. In the circus, if you're the ringmaster or the star trapeze artist, this is the kind of room you're gonna have right here.
On overnight passenger trains in the U.S., sleeping accommodation can be anything from a small bunk to a spacious master cabin. The goal is to make the passengers feel as comfortable as possible on a moving train. The circus train takes the same approach even further. After all, for the stars of the circus, a good night's rest is the key ingredient to an electrifying performance the very next day.
Get your kitchen, microwave, bunk, coffee machine. That's gonna come in handy. You and I might call this a toilet, but in the circus, they call this the Donaker. In a couple of hours, we're gonna be in Washington, D.C., so I'm gonna take advantage of this nice room and catch a few Z's.
I've been going all day and all night, so I think it's time for a power nap. Luckily, we've got a seasoned and well-rested crew running this train, because sleep deprivation on the railroad can spell disaster. On June 22nd, 1918, a devastating train accident changed railroad history forever. Just outside Gary, Indiana, the Hagenbeck-Wallace circus train was hit head-on by an Army troop train. Of the 300 passengers aboard the circus train, 86 were killed. Accident investigators concluded that the engineer of the troop train had fallen asleep at the controls. As a result, regulations were put into place by the railroad authorities to ensure locomotive engineers would get a set amount of rest before starting a new shift. On a mile-long train that takes a half a minute to stop, it pays to be alert at the helm. My 20-minute power nap is done, and I can feel that we're moving again. And when you're working through the night, one thing's guaranteed to keep you going: caffeine.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good.
Glad to hear that.
Could I have a large coffee black and wheat toast dry, please? Looks nice and hot. It's cold outside.
Very cold.
This is the Pie Car. Open 24/7, the Pie Car is a restaurant on wheels. With over 200 people to feed every day, it goes through 60 gallons of cooking oil, 70 pounds of chicken, 60 pounds of steak, and 75 loaves of bread every week.
If you're lucky, Uncle John's gonna be the one cooking you the meal.
Right now, Uncle John's busy getting a head start, cooking one of the main meals to be served later in the day.
You want to try cutting a couple?
Sure. Let me give this a try here.
Let's see what you got.
You haven't lost a finger doing this, have you?
Negative, sir.
It's pretty tough to cut there. I think I can smell the potatoes, and it smells good.
I've got some portobello mushrooms and bacon already sauteed off.
Did you say portobello mushrooms?
I did.
I think I'm gonna be coming to the pie car a little later here. Put it right there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
True artwork.
Uncle John's kitchen is a feat of modern engineering, but someone has to build this souped-up $1 million pie car. This is Palmetto, Florida. Here, the circus has its own workshop where they refurbish and customize used rail cars, from an elephant stock car to a clown's bedroom. Disused 1950s passenger cars are bought for $10,000. First, they are completely gutted, leaving the engineers a stainless steel or aluminum shell to work with. Then the frames are covered with a special paint that reveals any cracks or weak spots. Once the cars are structurally sound, work starts on the interiors. It takes 9,000 man-hours and up to $1 million to refurbish a rail car for the circus train. Building the pie car was money well spent. The locomotive may use diesel to get going, but the crew and I get our fuel right here from Uncle John and friends.
The pie cars come to life. People are eating their breakfast. They're getting ready to go to work.
Just as well, because there's a long day ahead.
The sun's coming up, and I would say we're getting close to DC. It's looking promising right now.
The crew and I better eat up fast, because as soon as the circus train pulls into the rail yard, the greatest show on earth begins. I'm riding the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus train, and we're about to arrive in Washington, D.C. As soon as we get in, we've got to unload this train and bring the greatest show on earth to the nation's capital.
The sun's coming up. I think we're going to arrive on schedule.
Our final destination is the Benning Rail Yard here in D.C. But the trip's not over yet. Getting the 4,000 tons of gear, 98 performers, and 30 animals off this train is no cakewalk. Lucky for me, I had my coffee earlier because there's still a lot of work to do. Anyone who has seen the Barnum and Bailey Circus knows the kind of world-class performers who grace the big top each night. But the greatest performance of all happens once the curtain comes down. That's when the greatest show on earth becomes the biggest nightly production on earth. The circus crew has to break down 4,000 tons of equipment in just a matter of hours. And some of the gear sits high up in the rafters of the nation's largest indoor arenas. While everyone loves the thrill of the circus's high wire act, few ever get to see the behind-the-scenes balancing act that goes on up here. And I don't see any nets to catch them. Today, Ringling Brothers crew excels in efficiency. On average, this crew can break down and load all of its unicycles, clown cars, and human cannons in a matter of hours. But it wasn't always so easy. In 1872, when P.T. Barnum first hauled his circus by train, loading the hundreds of sets, performers, and elephants was a massive problem. Barnum was saved by William Cameron Koo, the circus's general manager. Koo crew realized the only way to do it was to load everything in precise order and to use the animals to do the heavy lifting. His system was so efficient that in World War I, the U.S. Army looked to the circus as a model for their own missions. Today, both the U.S. Army and Ringling Brothers use the same principles to load and unload their equipment. In fact, right now, Mike, the train master, and his crew are ready to get this circus train unloaded. Now we're gonna need an army of sleep-deprived carnies to unload this circus train, and fast. It's getting close to showtime.
It's 10 a.m. Mike and his crew are back to work. No rest for the weary. I'm running on fumes right now. Did you get any sleep?
Probably got, I don't know, 20 or 30-minute power nap. People say power naps don't work. They work. I'm the king of power naps.
Can you give me any advice on how to keep going here?
Keep moving.
Keep moving?
Keep moving.
All right, I won't sit down.
All right, Phil, start sitting around.
The train crew is up against the clock as they set up the specially made ramps so they can unload all 51 wagons full of circus equipment. The pressure is on.
Piece by piece, they're putting together the ramp that they took apart in Baltimore. It's like a giant erector set. These guys didn't get any more sleep than I did. And I'm about ready to croak right now. I don't know how they do this every week. Mike and his crew are like a well-oiled machine. They're gonna have this ramp done in no time. This thing isn't light.
Now that the ramp's set up, we can start the grueling process of unloading.
These guys are amazing. They're doing more in one day with no sleep than the average person does in a work week. When these guys are unloading these wagons, they're bringing them right across that crossing there. They've got to be extra careful because there are trains on that track all the time, 24 hours a day. They got to be really looking out. Mike and his crew have unloaded all the wagons. Now the tow trucks are gonna come and take them to the building.
It's time to unpack everything that goes under the big top.
I've come this far. I'm not gonna sleep yet.
In every city, the high point of the animal handler's job is a journey known as the elephant walk. After a night on the train, the four-legged circus stars get to stretch their legs on the way to the arena.
So where are we going again with the animals?
Well, we're walking downtown DC, heading past the Capitol, and we're gonna go to the arena in good exercise form, so keeping up the fast pace.
I hope I'm up for it.
The elephant walk is a big deal for circus fans. This tradition has been going on for over a century. And besides, how else are you gonna get all these elephants and horses to the arena? They're not gonna fit in my pickup truck, that's for sure. Families park themselves outside hours ahead of time to get their front row seat to see the elephants.
I'm not sure who the crowd likes more, Bella or Asia.
As for me, this marks the end of a very long trip. And once these elephants enter the arena, I can finally call it a day.
We finally made it. We're at the Verizon Center. We're here on time. The circus is gonna go down soon.
Although they don't often hear the applause of the crowds, the crew of the circus train are the real stars of the show. Without them, the greatest show on earth wouldn't exist.
I'm exhausted, and I hope they saved a bunk on the train for me.
But before I grab some Z's, I'm gonna grab a seat and some popcorn. It's showtime.